All right, so I'm in LA right now. Jeff and Anthony, they're inside the house. I'm in the backyard right now. We all decided to come out here for about a month, just, experience the weather, chill, hang out. And my primary reason for coming here is to see Mike Delacourt. He's going to work on my shoulder, my lower back, bring me back to 100%, which is going to be ideal to say the least. But anyway, this whole video I'm going to be shooting on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I'm shooting on right here. And I know I said that in one of my last few videos that I was going to shoot on this phone, but turns out my computer could handle the 10-bit video properly because the update didn't come out, blah, 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 blah. So now this is going to be a proper test of the camera quality of the iPhone 12 Pro Max because I know how to edit it correctly now. So no A7S III, whole video is going to be shot on here. Yeah, we're about to go to the gym. I'm going to hit some chest. I don't know what Jeff's hitting. I don't really know what Anthony's hitting exactly, but I'm going to take my pre. It's going to be a scoop of Euphoria Strawberry Kiwi. If you guys want to check it out, link is in the description. What you hitting today? Arms. What a Chad-like thing to hit.
I know, but it's with Tristan, so it's all right, right? 3 bodybuilders sitting in the back of the cars. Most optimal.
It's always good to have a small one in the middle, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to Zoo Culture right now. It's one of the only gyms open in LA, and I think in a few weeks when everything shuts down again, everything might be closed, including Zoo Culture too, which would be pretty catastrophic. But yeah, luckily Brad hooked us up with a place to train, which is going to be ideal, and yeah, that's where we're going.
Hey. Wow, this is good. It's great. Great angles. You always do this in your videos. I mean, the terrible angles.
One shot. One chance. One shot, one chance, one move, one dance. One shot, one chance, one move, one dance. One shot, one chance, one move, one dance.
So my push days recently, I've been starting off with incline just because it's the least problematic for my semi-injured, semi-almost recovered shoulder. But now, for the first time in maybe probably months, I'm going to try flat bench. No idea how it's going to feel, but I've warmed up well enough, so let's give it a shot.
One shot. Brace yourself for the Vegas. One shot.
See, that's the first time going over 135 on bench in maybe 1 to 2 months. Feels pretty good, and I could probably go heavier, but I'm probably not going to push it. I'm going to keep it safe and just kind of make sure my form is, flawless.
For the Vegas. One more.
it's over. Thoroughly enjoyed this session. Haven't pushed 225 in God knows how long. Felt pretty good. Now we're at Sweetgreens again, about to refuel with protein, fat, carbs, and a shit ton of micronutrients. So let's do that. Mr. Perry.
Yo.
Now, we're no longer in Delaware, Pennsylvania, wherever you live. Don't bother clarifying because it doesn't matter. So up to this point, I thought Roots was the place to go to get your super natty, vegan, whatever, yada, yada, healthy salad, right? But what did you find out recently about Roots?
I found out that it has non-organic canola oil, horrible seed oil, toxic, in large doses.
Now, Sweetgreen, the place that I've been recommending for the longest time, apparently uses sunflower oil, which is, to my knowledge, pretty natty, pretty good. And Jeff has not tried Sweetgreen yet.
Is it organic, though? It's still a seed oil. It's still high in linoleic acid, omega-6s, so still consumed in high doses is going to be pro-inflammatory. But I would say it's a little better than canola.
Well,
but we have to ask them if it's
get
organic.
some clarification.
And if it's not, I'm throwing a millennial hipster fit.
All right, to the line, please.
What's in the dressing? Do you know like what oils used in the dressings by chance? Organic, high oleic. It's high oleic, so it's low in linoleic acid, so it's not super inflammatory. All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Initial impressions.
Initial impressions, very impressed with the selection. I like how they have sweet potato. I like how they have goat cheese. And there was something else that was really cool in there. And the fact that it's high oleic, organic sunflower oil, big plus. The Roots, just a big, scary looking plastic container of fucking canola oil, so.
And everything here is organic, including the oil, all of it.
That's super surprising. So, big claims, but I have a feeling it's gonna live up to it. We're just gonna have to see how it tastes at this point.
Just ready for my second adjustment over here.
Back.
So yeah, I came here I think 2 days ago for my first adjustment while being in LA this trip. This is my second one and not much new going on. We're just finalizing work on the shoulder and the lower back, whole lower body region, make sure I could squat and deadlift again properly. So what's on the agenda today?
Let's
Mr.
check it out. Let's
Davenport?
reassess. Let's see how you're doing.
One thing that I noticed is that, so I barbell bench press today for the first time, and I haven't like in a really long time. I'd only do like maybe 135.
Okay.
I'm primarily doing with incline dumbbell because then I can adjust the range of motion,
course.
blah blah blah. But bench press today felt really really good. I only went up to like I think I could have hit like 315 for a single today, but I obviously didn't.
315.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but so I stayed at 225 for like some sets of like 6 or whatever, and it was fun. But one of the things that I do to warm up on the bench press is I take a foam roller and I'll obviously roll out my back, and then I'll put the foam roller like on my mid back, and then I'll really just like arch and open up like that because it will help me get a better arch in the bench press.
Excellent.
And when I'm in that position, so I'll roll, and then I'll be here, and then I'll be like to opening up. But right here in this position, that's when the shoulder is the most like loosest and dislocated. I can't even casually just move it around without snap, crackle, pop. It's when I'm crazy arched. And here, like I can't even like relax both arms evenly to let them fall because this is when it's like the most loose and compromised.
Got it.
So that could be a useful piece of meta.
All right, excellent.
Session number 2 is a wrap. I feel like we made some pretty good progress. What would you like to recap today's session with?
I'm happy with it.
Yes.
We went for your low back, so I was very pleased to see you squatting and loading it, especially with barbell on your back. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy with that. You had sent me the video, which was great, so we got to analyze it even before. So we treated, you sent me the video, which I appreciate because then we can analyze it and know even coming in what we want to work on. So we went for the back, we went for the iliolumbar ligament, we did adjustments, we did the psoas and iliacus where they are in conjunction below the belt line. I was very pleased with you telling me that you were able to do the
reverse hyper machine.
reverse hypers. Yes, that's what I was looking for. And it felt great. So we know we've beaten the facet syndrome, because in the past that would have absolutely lit you up, which I'm very happy with. Iliolumbar ligament, we checked the anterior pelvis work, the other anterior pelvis work that we did the last time held. Remember, we were looking from the last time you were out here, we had a lot of success watching you hip hinge, and there was a little bit of a hiccup here, which was causing you to dive into the opposite side hip. So we went into anterior hip musculature, which helped the back as well, in addition to treating the low back. I'm very happy that you didn't have any knee discomfort with the loaded squats, because we were doing, even the last time, we were doing them just body weight, and we were having some discomfort in the knees. Glad to hear about that. And this is what David was telling me. This is
Regurgitating what I said.
Yes. For the ankles, we just went to try and improve straight dorsiflexion. With David's squats, we were noticing that different things were causing on both sides, but all in all, he was running out of straight dorsiflexion. So the feet were trying to create, and the ankles were trying to create a little bit more space by overpronating and externally rotating a bit. So we tried to restore full straight dorsiflexion. And for the shoulder, today we worked pec major, we worked teres major, we worked the latissimus dorsi, subscapularis, the glenohumeral capsule, we worked trapezius, just to help with when he was going up overhead, there was a little bit of neck translation going that way. We adjusted the thoracic spine. The last time I saw you, we adjusted the neck, and I like how that held. And that was it for the shoulder. The biggest ones, what I was the most happy with is, in our first session since I had seen you, when I would put you in that position where you're up on my leg, trying to get the glenohumeral capsule to let go, the muscles around there were kicking very hard. Just to put it simply, they were kicking very hard back at me, so all around my finger you could kind of feel these pulsations, mini spasms of the muscle. Today it let me in very easily, and then you might notice as we were coming this way to try and distract the joint, gap the joint a bit, it was letting go very nicely, which I'm very happy with. And then as you were mentioning to me, we had spoken in the past about how eventually we'd get your low back to where you can, as Dr. McGill says, tickle the dragon's tail. We can go more into that in another
podcast comes soon.
Yes, we can go. I would love to. We can go more into depth on that podcast or whatever you want to do. But that was one of our goals. Remember, think back to when we first met, how we were talking about how, okay, let's get to a point where you can, go bend over, not perfectly like that, and it wouldn't hurt you. So we're there, thank God. Now we need to get the shoulder to where you can tickle the dragon's tail too, because with this side, even when you take the shoulder into a bit of a compromised position and move it unapologetically, it's fine. This one, when controlled, we're getting there. Great progress. We can't do unapologetically yet, which we'd like you to be able to do in the future, to just be able to. But I'm happy so far, because remember, think of the initial injury when you fell like this. So now we can put you in that position and we can have you move, just everything has to be
Calculated, stiff, controlled.
That's absolutely right. But I'm very happy with the last few passes that we did on subscapularis, because as you said, it was nice to get a taste of being able to go into this range of
be in that
motion.
vague position where I was in the past, but be in that position with just no pain at all, which was very nice.
Yes. So we'll put 24 hours in between now and our next one, and we'll go in again. We reassess with David every time, and Probably tape you up for the weekend. We'll see.
Cool.
Put a little rock tape on there.
Sounds good.